What was that? That was the sound of the Jar of Names opening. It's the same thing every week, that is. Right, okay, I've got a name from the Jar of Names. Let's have a look then. So this video is for everyone, including but not excluded to Eli Gannon. Right. Let's put all this stuff in its place then. Right, okay, good. Right, so what have we got to talk about? A cup of tea first. Let's start with that. See, it's a cup of tea in a podcast, so it makes sense. Slightly hot, though. Right, okay. So welcome to May. April is now coming on. We're now in May, and it is May the 4th, so May the 4th be with you, because it's Star Wars Day. Right, and if you want to skip to the moments in this podcast, I can't speak today. If you want to skip to moments in this podcast, you can look at my comment, which was first. You can skip to today's topic, which is ukulele. It's a new game. There's also book club this week, and there's also a question related to something which I cannot remember. It might be Kickstarter. It is Kickstarter. And you can also skip to this week's goal. Right, shall we begin with last week's videos and this week's videos? Shall we? Let us begin. Right, so last week we had a Cup of Tea in the Podcast, episode 3927 for the 4th 2015, Harvest Moon, Batch Nature, episode 13, Pineapple Cookies is My Chicken Flappy, Oddworld New and Tasty, episode 3, Oddworldians, Harvest Moon, Batch Nature, episode 14, 40k Romance Chicken Cluckers, Oddworld New and Tasty, episode 4, Blessings Be Upon You Brother, Harvest Moon, Batch Nature, episode 15, Last Day of Spring, Try Creating Something, episode 11, Matchbox Trick. Right, that was last week. Now this week, today, we have a Cup of Tea in the Podcast, episode 40, 4th of the 5th, 2015. And then later today, hopefully by about 6 to 7, that was my goal from last week, we'll talk more about it at the end. We'll have Harvest Moon Back to Nature, episode 16. Go, 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 go. All the way, all the way, all the way. Yeah, it's quite a long one. And then Tuesday, we have Oddworld New and Tasty, episode 5. Abe and Elam. Harvest Moon Back to Nature, episode 17. Girls Just Wanna Have Fun is out on Wednesday. Thursday is Oddworld New and Tasty, episode 6, Swarm of Them. And then Friday, we have Harvest Moon Back to Nature, episode 18, Dr. Tim's Monster. Right, that's next week's videos and this week's videos. What's after that? Is that it? Is it time to go on to update? I think it's time to go up to the update, isn't it? Yes, right, okay, so this week's videos of Harvest Moon Back to Nature, episode 16, which is later today, and episode 18, which is on Friday. Unfortunately, there was a recording thing. I don't know what happened. What happened? Was it the same thing as last time? It might have been the same thing as last time, where no, the video files were too big, so they didn't work. So the video files corrupted, but I managed to re-record pretty much exactly what happened again to put the clips in the videos. You'll notice which ones they are, because I've said, and you'll probably be able to tell, but it was very, very, very easy to just re-record what happened and just carry on as normal. So you might not even notice, but you might, so just sort of mention it before anything else happens. Yeah, you might just notice a few small differences. We've also got pictures this week. Today we have obviously the 5 from the Triton video of the weekend, but we've also got Slanted Candle Spiral, Twin Tree River, Up Close Candles, and an Angry Swan. Those are the pictures that you're seeing on the video today. Right, what's after that update? Yes, it's time for topic. This week's topic is about ukulele. Well, there's two actually. There's ukulele and something else, but ukulele. Now, this was a game that has been getting a lot of media attention as the spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie. I never played Banjo-Kazooie. That was more of an Xbox game, which I never got around to play, but apparently it's a spiritual successor to that, and obviously I recognise it's a platform which was obviously quite well known back in the day. Obviously I was more PlayStation platforms, but yeah, it's obviously it's a big deal, really, which is really exciting. The reason this is a spiritual successor is the creative talent behind Banjo-Kazooie is now working on this. And basically looks the same, it's like the two people characters where you got the big character and the smaller character sort of rides around on the other person, a bit like Ratchet and Clank as well in that style, or Jak and Daxter, I suppose. But that is obviously why it's a spiritual successor, so apparently the gameplay is a bit like it as well, which is good. But yes, anyway, the reason I wanted to talk about it today is because they did a Kickstarter. They got a lot of media attention because of the fact it was Banjo-Kazooie, spiritual successor, but they did a Kickstarter. They opened it up, the Kickstarter. They had a goal of, £175,000, Great British Pounds. That was their goal. They reached their goal in 40 minutes, which is amazing. I've got the page open now. I think it's been about 2 or 3 days. It's 44 days to go. And they have, at the moment now, 1,256,165 Great British Pounds of their goal, which was only £175,000. And so they've got, I can't do maths really off the top of my head, but they've got 1,075,000 roughly more than what they actually wanted to get, which is amazing and fantastic. And if you do scroll down, there's a bit there which says they're prolonged or something, stretch goals, here we go, yeah, of the extra money they get. So obviously if they got the goal, they get some sort of, PC Max release, and there's like loads of different things they would add, like a co-op system where you can play co-op with local and online. Oh, and they have added some more as well. Oh, they've added 3. Oh, I just want to quickly read these. So for 1 million, I've had 1 million. 1,100,000. Going old school. Nintendo 64 shader mode plus credits GK rap plus video written by Grant Kirkland, whoever he is, I'm not sure. And what is this? Oh, and there's also going to be a Let's Play version that the developer's going to do. And that was for 1,200,000. For 1,500,000, music is the best. Oh, it's going to be... Oh, wow. Oh, that's good. So that means if they get 1,500,000, they get an orchestral score. So the music will be obviously like a proper orchestra. That would be cool. I hope they get that. That would be amazing. I think they're nearly there, to be honest. That's only about 250,000, which I know is more than what their goal was, but they're doing pretty well. What is this? There's so much things to look at. Oh, I'm excited. I can't stop looking. Yeah, I could look at this page all long because it's so long, this page, but it looks really good. Obviously, Let's Play wise, I don't know yet because I don't know what I don't know what Platonic's copyright rules are. It doesn't really say there either. But yeah, it looks really good. It's like a chameleon and a bat. Obviously, one's called Yuka, one's called Laylee, so that's why it's called Ukulele, which I think is quite an ingenious name. Anyway, the other bit of topic news today is apparently NASA may have developed warp drive, which is obviously the thing from that Star Wars where you travel faster than light. Basically, they were doing something where they were firing electricity at something. The EM drive, the resonance chamber of an EM drive, and apparently some of the particles were faster than the speed of light, which is basically the early stages of warp drive. Obviously, it says here that it's not confirmed yet, so it might not be true, but you know what these things are. Early days. It's like life on other planets, where it's not going to be a creature the same as you. It might be a small creature, like an organism, where it sounds cooler than it actually is, but still pretty cool in its own right. Anyway, what else is there to talk about after the topic? It's book club, I think it is. Yes, it is book club. So what book am I reading still? I'm still reading George R.R. Martin's A Storm of Swords, Part 2, Blood and Gold, which is pretty good. I've actually got really into it. Like, I think The Witcher sort of renewed my love of books. So when I've finished that one, I've gone on to this one. And it's very good. I've read how many pages in about 3 or 5 days, maybe? 139, sorry, pages, which doesn't sound a lot, but it looks a lot when you look at the pages, which is pretty cool. I've just got past the Red Wedding, if you know what that is, which was pretty interesting. Loving it, very good. I've actually some differences from the TV show which I didn't know about, like I'll spoil it, I suppose. There's one character that dies at the Red Wedding, who in the book she's not there. She's actually safely away somewhere else, so apparently she doesn't die. And apparently she's coming back for Winds of Winter as well. So that's good. That's something that I wouldn't have learned if I didn't read the books. So I like reading the books. It's nice to do both. 2 different ways of telling the story. Alright, but that's about it for the book club and everything. So what are we going on to now? Community. Time for community. Mention Monday. These are the people that commented on last week's videos. So let's read them off. It's Bat Wars 2, Dragonlord 55511, 40k Warrior Man, Horrier, Nick Pro, Toby Clinically Insane, 8-Baller Reaper, and Wolful. Right, so thank you for commenting. You've also got your names in the jar of names as well, if it was not there already. So I hope you're happy about that. If you want to get mentioned Monday, all the jar of names, just place a comment between a video on now or between next Sunday, because that is when I will record the podcast and get all the names together. Right, what is after the mention Monday? Is it Q&A? It is Q&A. Right, so we've got 2 questions this week. 40k Warrior Man says, oh, and I've got a riddle this time. A person is driving along and he decides to park his car outside of a hotel, and he is then immediately bankrupt. How is this possible? This is a good one. I don't know this. I think I've heard it before, but I still can't remember what the answer is. My immediate reaction would be to say he was robbed, but I think that is wrong. So, because he's immediately bankrupt. So how is that possible? Is he already bankrupt when he parks? Maybe. It's going to be one of them answers. Either he was robbed, or he was he was bankrupt when he parked there in the first place. But I'm not sure about that, because I'm not sure. That's a weird one. I'm not sure. Well, not a weird one, but I don't get it. So I don't get it. Right. And Dragonlord 55511 asks, hello, sir. JD2, still can't speak. JD262, I have a question and riddle for you. 1 second. Question. What are the work hours week in the UK as opposed to the US 9 to 5, 40 hours a week? In that respect, I think it's the same where it's 9 to 5, 40 hours a week. Although it's different depending on what sort of job you got. For full-time might be different, or part-time where it might be lower, where it might be something like, I don't know, whatever I do. I do 12 till 5 on some days, and then 10 till 5 on some days, and then 10 till 4 on Sundays. So it's weird. Depending on what job you have, it's different. But that is, as opposed to what you're asking, yes, it's pretty much the same with 9 till 5. That is the sort of like, Dolly Parton did a song about it, I think. And the riddle was, what goes in the water black and comes out red? Hint, it is a luxury item that people have in fancy restaurants and comes from Maine, USA. It's a lobster, is it not? Because they are black when they are alive, and then they go red when you cook them. Although I'm sure, are they just from Maine, USA, or or they're from around the world? I'm not sure. But yeah, I think it's a lobster. Right, what are we going to next? Subscribers. Right, so what happened last week with subscribers? I think we were at, what were we at? We were at, I think it was 1,035. I think now we've gone up to 1,039. Yeah, 1,039. But we have got 6 names this week, so I don't know what happened. A few people must have unsubscribed. But we have Septic Underdog, Damaris Zanes, Krog Frog, Draz Tekazul, Der Einsenchild T, Zarko Zilibanski. Right, so thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the team. And hopefully you'll enjoy the videos. Right, what is after subscribers? It is a question. Last week's question was, I can't remember, I'm looking down. But are we looking forward to Overlord? Was you looking forward to Overlord? Was that the question? That wasn't the question. What was the question? I forget what the question was. It might have been Overlord, actually. What was it? I can look at my papers. Oh, it was. Apparently it was Overlord. Raising Hell, Fellowship of Evil. Oh, I don't remember that one. That seems like it was ages ago. Yes, but the question was, are you looking forward to Overlord Raising Fellowship of Evil, not Raising Hell? Ugh, always do that. Especially when I'm writing it down. And 40k Roman says, I'm looking forward to Overlord, its release as well as the news, but it will remain cautious of it, but I don't hate it. So yes, 40k Roman is sort of looking forward to it, but it's cautious. A bit like me. You'll say you like it, but you're cautious about it. Right, and this week's question is, say for this ukulele, because it's on the Kickstarter, you can get sort of bonuses for donating. What would you like as a donation, as a prize for donating? I'm sort of really into small little figures, probably because of my wall behind me, but so I could put them on there. But I would love to be able to get like a little figure of like ukulele, and I can add that on there later in life. But I'm really into that sort of stuff, so I would love that sort of thing. But what would you like? It could be like anything. Like I know at the moment, they've got copies of the game. You can also get names in the credits and voice an actor if you pay like 500,000 or something like that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. What else is after this? I think it's it, isn't it? Birthdays. If you have a birthday, let me know what it is. I will add it to the book 40k Warrior Man did last week. It's the 26th of April. I've added that to the book, so next year he will get a happy birthday on his actual... Well, it'll be the Monday, but it'll be the week when the 26th is. So, Anyway, 26th of April, 26th of December. Must be 26th thing. One of the reasons why I went for 262, 40k Warrior Man. You should be 40k Warrior Man 262. No, never mind. Right, and the outro this week done very well. What week goal of the week? The first goal of the week was, obviously a few weeks ago, was to edit all the videos. I did it very quickly this week. I did it in 2 days, all the videos in 2 days. Well, 3 days technically, because there was a try something video as well. But the other videos was in 2 days, which I was impressed with. So I had a lot of time to do stuff, which I haven't really done anything. But I did it in 2 days, which I'm quite proud of. And then the other one was to upload all the videos by between 6 and 7, because that's the sort of time when I'll be able to. I sort of did. On a few days I did. On a few days I didn't because I fell asleep. Like I have a tea, then I go upstairs. I was like, oh, I did do it, but I fall asleep and I forget. So I didn't happen in a few days, but it did sort of I'm getting into the habit of it. So that'll be the goal for this week as well, to try and upload things by. Well, 2 goals this week. There's that one as well. Carry that one over where it's trying to upload them by 6 or 7 GMT. So work that out when you want to watch it and stuff. To try and get that very rare first comment, which no one seems to get anymore. And what else is? I suppose that's because I put the first comment, isn't it? Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, sorry about that. I sort of took that away from you. Yeah, but that's what we're going to try and do. I'm actually recording. I've got a fear that I'm not. I am recording. That's good. Yes, what was I saying? I was talking about the goal of the week. Yeah, the other goal of the week is to try and start Skyrim again. I've got out of the habit of it. I should be able to do it now. I want to do it after this, sort of. So hopefully I'll be able to do it. But yeah, we'll try and do that. That's the goals of the week. Right, last week's hint. What was it? I've forgotten. D. Let's have a look at my little list. It was, it's magic, and that's because it's Magic May, because Magic May has started. I didn't say that earlier, actually. I should have probably said that. Yeah, it's magic. It's magic because it was the magic trick with the thingies. Oh, it's me that's making that noise. I wonder what it was. It's stuck on my bells. Stuck on my leg. Yeah, because it was a magic trick, so it's magic. This week's trick is going to be in this video. There are 4 letters. There's 4 letters hidden throughout this video where I sort of go like something like, say, for example, A or B. I sort of say it sort of clear and loudish. They're around in the video somewhere. If you can find them all, put them all together and piece them together to make a word, that will be the clue for this week's Try Some video. Right, and what else is that? I think that's it, isn't it? I'm trying to finish this cup of tea, which I didn't actually have much of because I feel like I've been constantly talking. Ah, yes, but that's that cup of tea finished. So enjoy the rest of your days, enjoy the rest of the videos. You've got a Harvest Moon later today, Overlord, no, Oddworld tomorrow. And then you've also got the Try Some video the weekend. So whenever I see you next, whether it be one of those videos or a podcast or whatever, I shall see you then. But that is it, goodbye, and what film? You're mad, bonkers, off your head, but I'll tell you a secret, all the best people are.